Yash, spiritual awakening. It's a balance between duality and non-duality. You can't have non-duality without the duality. Both are equally important. I've found that there's two things. Like generally speaking, there's 8 billion people in the world, and it generally is like this. Either the people are talking on just solely on practical material level. You know, there's no awareness of you can say the consciousness that's behind everything, of the screen. They're only aware of the players and the set dressing and everything. Then you got the other side, though. This is more in the spiritual realm. I actually like the practical people better than those who talk, and it's talk, you see, talk only on absolute level. It's just talking. It's only the self, nothing exists, I don't exist, and you don't exist, blah, blah, you just want to go to sleep. I mean, it's like stronger than a tranquilizer, you know. So the real balance, I mean, because I remember when we were doing medicine, this is a common thing. It's like we got to do that, though. You see, I'm not saying anything that I didn't do myself, or at least I don't think I did it too bad, but I mean, we got to taste all that stuff. But I remember when we would do plant medicine. You see, it's real easy to talk like that when you're on some ayahuasca or San Pedro. It just you know, and you see, like you're not like totally lying, but it hasn't been integrated yet. It's an experience. It's the medicine has forced open some channels, and so you're having access to to insights that you don't normally have access to, and so it's easy to say, wow, there's just one. Like everything is just one. The consciousness in you and the consciousness in me, it's the same consciousness. Like, how can it be different? It's undifferentiated consciousness. And you can start pontificating about that, you know. And then the medicine wears off, and then the duality sets in. So, but the problem is when people start giving advice, when they don't have this integration. Somebody will come to them with a real, you know, it's real enough. When you're in this body, stuff's real. Hit yourself with a hammer, you'll find out. So somebody will come to them with some real situation. Maybe they had a death in the family. They have some really serious, you know, debilitating health issue, or you know, just something happened in their life, like that was kind of stirred them up. A relationship ended after a long time. You know, that's heavy. House burned down, whatever. So, and then the person they're talking to, maybe they never really experienced much in life. They've kind of had a sheltered life because of their karma. And then they found some spiritual teaching, and then they have some natural mental aptitude, and they're able to pick the words up and sound like a spiritual person. And so then, but they have no real living experience or wisdom with troubleshooting the various things that come up in life. So somebody will bring something to them because they naively believed that the person knows what they're talking about, because the person has some charisma and, like I say, some natural aptitude for articulation, so they can deceive people. So the person, the innocent, naive person, all concepts, comes to them with a situation, and the person's like, the so-called teacher's like, you know, just it's all like it's not real, man. The girl that left you, it's just clear. Words aren't coming to me how to make fun of them right now. When they come, it's fun though. I enjoy. But I want to focus on the point, which is, it's like they don't know. The best teacher, you can say, or way to serve somebody is to serve them on both levels. You got to have compassion and empathy with them on the practical level, because you understand. You're not, you know, you're not scared of relationships, so you've been in a few and you've had your heart broke, for example, and you know what that is. You have that living experience, so you can relate. You can relate on a human level, dualistic level, those sensations and experience, that emotional experience that comes from having that situation happen. That's medicine for the person. That's important, that they can connect with you, that you relate with them. If there were, every awakened or previously enlightened being that comes here has karma. Even if they didn't have personal karma, they take on some collective karma because they have to. Otherwise, if there was just somebody here that was, you can say, awake from like another realm or dimension that knows nothing about human experience, and they come here, you think they'd be a good teacher? How are they going to help anybody? You have to be able to feel. The person has to be able to feel that you understand them, that you have living experience with what they're talking about. And you can feel that consciously or unconsciously. That's why we're drawn to certain people. You're like something inside's like, yep, I can relate with this person. They know. So that's important. And then the other side is you also point at the right time. You know, if somebody's mother just died and they're really close, you don't show compassion and empathy for 30 seconds and then say, but really nothing ever dies, and there has to be some tact, some wisdom. But at the right point, or if a girl gets raped or a guy gets raped, and you don't say, don't take it personal. It's just the universe playing out all this karma. You have common sense. But at the right time, you do need to interject this higher state of truth at the right time. But if we're not surrendered, if we're living from our mind or our projection or idea of the state we're in our mind. We're not going to be able to intuitively let the cosmos speak through us to help this person. We can't, because we're going to be stuck in our own fantasy world about how awake we are, and we just want to tell the person how awake we are, basically. And that disguises itself, and we're trying to help them. We're not trying to help them. We want you to look at us in awe and be like, whoa, I brought my problems to you, and you're just so awake you can't even relate. Like, think that's going to happen? So we need both, practical level and absolute level. That's balance. We deal with the practical things. If we're going into a war zone, you might want to keep a gun with you or something. That's practical. It's common sense. You don't just say, there's no death, there's no life, and I'm one with the universe, they can't touch me. No. Absolute level, you realize, okay, destiny is going to play out. If I go into this zone, maybe I won't make it. It's all good though. I can't die. My essence, my consciousness can't die. This body will fall over. But at the same time, the life force, because of the self-preservation instinct, the strongest instinct we have, wants to survive. And so you let that play out too. You try to survive and try to protect your family or your kids or whatever. It's got to be both. That's my whole point. So that's a good introspection to have, is we check ourselves and see when are we getting too much out in the clouds, too much airy-fairy, and also when we're too much on gross practical level, when we're believing too much in this show, in the movie magic, when we're too much entrapped in that. Like if we're in a relationship, or why isn't she called? Does she not like me? We start projecting. Or is she just leading me on? Is she using me? And then we're like, whoa, wait a minute. That's mind. Okay, everything's good. God's running this show. He made us meet. He's going to sustain it for as long as it needs to be sustained, and then he's going to let it go. And really come into that knowing, and you let it play like that. And then practical level, if she or he is causing drama or acting out or cheating on you or treating you bad, then you take steps, practical level. You say, look, you have a talk with them. You say, let's see here. What are your expectations of this relationship? I mean, here's mine. Let's see. Like, are there some matching here? Because when you did what you're doing, that didn't feel too good. I'm not really attracted to a character who's going to keep doing that, because it just doesn't sit well with me. I mean, you can keep doing it, but then we're not going to have this level of intimacy because it doesn't match. That's practical level. You're talking on a practical level from, the human construct is talking to the human construct on practical level, grounded Grounded in spiritual truth, though. Grounded in the knowingness that we're just all consciousness and this game's going on. And we feel the sensations of like how real the game feels. And we let that be there too. We're like, yep, good one, God. High tech movie we're in. At the same time knowing it's a movie. This is evolutionary, this whole process of how to balance that. The mind can't balance. You can't like figure it out. How's the mind going to figure out how to like balance that? You can't. It intuitively comes. It happens spontaneously. Just we're open to it. Let these words, if they resonate, land in you, and then they'll do their work. It's not about the words. It's about the energy. It's about the transmission of energy that coincides and resonates with this unknowingness that you already have in you. This is how God uses each other to wake each other up. You know, it's like God's talking to God, and God's acting a little asleep in this form, and God's pretending to be a little more awake in this form. Duality. And then the awakeness helps the sleepiness, and sometimes the sleepiness can bring the awakeness down into sleep too. You see, if the more awake person doesn't have wisdom, and he's or he's resting on his laurel, he's getting complacent, so to speak, and starts hanging out with, putting himself in low vibrational situations, he can also go down. There's a whole thing on fallen angels, they get complacent. Then they get checked. The universe checks them. All right, have a good day.